Hi, welcome back to a rather breezy edition of Cyprus Light. Say breezy, it's needed because it's currently about 4 p.m. and it's around about 37 degrees with a warning over the next few days for early 40s. So we all need to be a little bit careful. So if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you very much. If you are new to the channel, again, a very warm welcome. So on Cyprus Light, we are documenting the process of expats from the UK going through their pink slip application, in and amongst doing a few jaunts and jollies out and about across the island. From comments received, emails, WhatsApp messages, phone calls, and face to face, we're aware that some of our casual and regular viewers and subscribers really aren't too bothered about the touristy bit, and I totally get that. You are looking to relocate to the island and be a resident rather than a tourist, but we thought it was important to highlight in and amongst our admin woes what we get up to and what potentially anybody who wants to come on holiday could get up to, and you indeed as residents. But we get that the facts and figures and the whys and wherefores are more important to you. Just trying to hold on to the parasol here because it's a bit, it might take off. So excuse me if I just go grab it in a minute. So we are aware that obviously the admin situation has gone a bit quiet, but it doesn't mean to say that we're done and dusted because we're nowhere near yet. Anyone that's been through the process will realise that once you land in Cyprus, things take a little bit of a lull, shall we say. You're still doing things. You're still printing off bank statements, ISA statements, pension statements, P60s, vehicle details, rental income details, etc., just to keep yourselves up to date. Um, we had a meeting earlier on with our immigration team in the run up to our appointment, which is on the 1st of September, just to hand over a few bits and pieces. They've now got, for instance, our ACRO police checks and the Foreign Office apostling of any documents that we needed. So they're lodged with our immigration team just to help fill out our file for that appointment on the 1st of September. We also added a few more bank account details to the file and all the rest of it. So we're just building the entire case file as we go. Now, there will be a bit of conjecture about bank account details and things like that and how much you need to put in. You can ask the question 10 times on Google or anywhere else and you probably get 10 different answers. So this is purely our experience and this is purely down as an unmarried couple. Our team have suggested that we should lodge into our Cyprus bank €15,000 as our deposit, shall we say, which is roughly about 12,800 Great British pounds as we speak, prior to that 1st of September. Okay, that's no problem. What we need to reiterate on that one is that they've told us we can't use that money. Effectively, it's in the account, but it's locked until we attend the appointment, and get a receipt, that is, from immigration, which we can then take to our bank, and they will eventually, hopefully, release the funds for everyday normal use, paying rent, buying petrol, etc. You can, of course, put some more money in there, which we have done and used for paying bills, going to the shops, etc. So that's an important one. As an unmarried couple, we were a little bit concerned about the traditions of Cyprus, but apparently they're sort of being dragged into the 21st century with regard to marriage and all the rest of that. So we can go to the courts and swear an affidavit, basically to confirm that what we are saying is true. Should we fall foul of the law, then obviously there'll be penalties, but that's what we potentially might do. The only problem is that in summer, apart from the very serious cases and the very important admin, the Cyprus courts shut for summer. Off go the solicitors' robes and on come the beach towels. So from July to September, the Cypriot courts have a summer break. So if you're going to do any shoplifting, now's your time to do it because you're going to get away with it for a few months. But yeah, so that's that. So that's where we are with regard to immigration, really. We also went with the same team for our car import, and we're currently running around on the 1040 form, which is a customs kind of freebie, if you like, temporary import, so we can drive around on the island. Now, you might read online about insurance and things like that. Keep your UK insurance when you come over, but I would say, why would you? Because if you have a shunt in the Lidl on Tomb of the Kings Road in Pathos, you ain't going to ring Admiral up. Or if you do, they're not going to be too interested unless you've got a super duper policy that covers you driving anywhere and everywhere in the world. Plus, if you're importing a car, you will need Cyprus insurance up and running from the day that you want to get it out customs. Otherwise, it'll stay with customs. Okay, so I would get rid of your UK insurance based on our experience. Get your Cypriot insurance up and running, and away you go. That gives you a more chance of getting your car out of Cyprus at Limassol Port. So we've also made an appointment to go to customs and get our permanent import license prior to the temporary one running out. What we need to do with regard to that is go get an MOT, so that's going to be €45, and that lasts you 2 years. From there, from the MOT garage, we can then go to the Department of Transport and look to start the registration, the permanent registration of the vehicle. That then means you can eventually get your Cypriot plates, and then further down the line, hopefully when you get your residency, you can also add a Cypriot driving license to that, and away we go. So that's the middle of September. So that's what I thought I'd give you an update on. It's ongoing. We have had a bit of a lull, but we're still having to keep up to date with bank accounts, statements as they come in, etc., etc., etc. Where Sue, well, she's been the administrative star as usual. The file was kind of dishevelled by the time we got back from the meeting today, so it's all going back in its correct order, and no doubt we'll be all spick and span and ready to go for the next instalment of that, whenever that would be. But she does need focus, because if she doesn't have focus, she ends up doing this. Just have a quick look. Further to this piece, there's always one in there. Here we go. Let's have a look. Does that take you back, Sue?
I love swings.
You love swings. What about that view, though?
Swing with a view.
Swing with a view.
Who doesn't want to be six?
As you can see, some people really do need to be focused. Still, at least she enjoyed herself. So before I finish, if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. It costs you nothing. If you'd like to comment, if you've got any questions, we've got an email address. You can put them in the public comments, or like I say, you can email us. We can arrange to have a bit of a chat, and we can do a face-to-face if you're actually coming out. So, you know, we're quite amenable that way. I thought I'd chuck a few everyday costs in to keep you up to date on what's going on. So, fuel. Well, we just filled up the Astra just the other day. From yellow light to pump click off was €65, so 50 odd quid. We had our latest electricity bill. Bearing in mind it wasn't peak aircon season, so the next one's probably going to be the better indicator. But from the 1st of April to the end of June was €11.94. So I worked that out about £10.25, £10.30 maybe for 3 months. And we've also seen our municipality charge. That's twice a year, and that is €85 and €80. So that's €165 for the year, not per month, for the year. So think about your own council tax and how much you're paying for that. And also, we have until September, I think, to pay the first one, and then later on in the year. So those charges are pretty good, I would suggest. It's not all brilliant because we've had to buy some more antihistamines because the ones we brought with us have run out, because everything here wants to, if it hasn't bitten you, it wants to bite you, and if it wants to bite you, it's going to bite you. So I would suggest that you bring a stock of those over. Pharmacy here, we bought some bog standard 30 tablets. I'll just let this plane go over. It is tourist season after all. Yeah, so a pack of 30 antihistamine tablets was €7.90. So not everything here is cheaper than the UK. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Hopefully you picked up a few pointers there if you are thinking of doing the relocation, thinking of importing a car as part of your relocation, and are just wondering what some of your utility bills and council bills might be. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in another vid.